All right, and welcome back. And we're going to be talking about how to find trigonometric ratios with your calculator and without. Okay, first off, a lot of students are really confused when they get a problem like this. I don't know exactly why, but, well, actually I do, because they're a little confused because when you look at cotangent and you say negative 4.8, they're wondering, what am I doing here? Well, the first thing is you have to realize is that on your calculator, all you can do is sine, cosine, and tangent. The other thing is you have to identify what mode you're going to be in. Now, whenever you don't see a degree, the mode you're in is going to be in radians. So make sure you change everything into radians. After that, you then need to change everything into sine, cosine, or tangent. So for example, in this case, cotangent, this is the same thing as 1 over tangent of negative 4.8. So how do you put this in your calculator? Well, you literally put in 1 over tangent of negative 4.8. And that's going to be in radians. We already changed that, so you press enter. And so that is going to be a ratio of 0.0878. And that's the ratio we found. And that's what we get when we have that. And that's how you find your ratio. How do you do secant? Well, secant, same thing. Secant is not found on our calculator. This is a radian because it doesn't say a degree. Well, we have to put this in the sine, cosine, or tangent. Well, secant is 1 over cosine of this angle. So it'll be 12 pi over 5. 12 pi over 5. Well, how do we do that? Well, we go literally 1 over cosine of 12 pi. And we're going to go second pi right there, divided by 5, close parentheses, press enter, bada bing, bada boom. It's going to equal 3.236. And that is our ratio that we found. So remember, you're finding ratios, not angles. All right. And that's all you're doing. Just put in your calculator and figure out the answer. Make sure you check out your mode. Now, from here, we want to now figure out, okay, how to do these without our calculator. Okay, without our calculator. We can find all 6 trigonometric functions. Now, without your calculator, we know it's going to be one of our basic trig functions. And so going through here, the key thing is identifying what trig function this is. So we're trying to find the sine of 11 pi over 4. So 11 pi over 4. Well, first off, find the quadrant of 11 pi over 4. 11 pi over 4 is going to be in the figure out. Okay, got 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, 8 pi over 4, 9 pi over 4, 10 pi over 4, and this is 11 pi over 4. So this right here, this angle is 11 pi over 4. That right there. All right, so we are in the second quadrant. Okay, second quadrant. Okay, the pi over 4 tells us we're going to be at a 45 degrees. So pi over 4 equals 45 degrees. And so if you have this 45 times 11, and that's where we can identify where we have. So this is 11 pi over 4. It's our angle. Now the reason why you have to know this, because this pi over 4 is actually our reference angle, all right, that we're going to use. Okay, because that will allow us to figure out the ratio of 1 to the 1 to the radical 2, because that's a 45-degree angle. We know this is going to be negative because it's in the second quadrant, so we're just looking for sine, which is going to equal 1 over the square root of 2, which is square root of 2 over 2. Once again, key thing, find the quadrant. All right, find reference angle. Draw a triangle. Draw a basic triangle or point, all right, with ratios, okay, with ratios of sides. Okay, so that's how we do it. Let's try another one. Let's say we go over here and we want to figure out what is tangent of pi over 3. Well, pi over 3 is in the first quadrant. Pi over 3 is a 60-degree angle, all right, which has a radical 3, 1, and 2. Tangent is TOA, so it'll be square root of 3 over 1. You can also figure that out in a unit circle. And that's it. Square root of 3 is our ratio. That's our answer. Cotangent. Cotangent is negative 5 pi over 4. Well, negative means we're going in the opposite direction. So we've got to find our quadrant first. So our quadrant is going to be, okay, this is going to be 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, and 5 pi over 4. So that'd be negative 5 pi over 4 is going to be in the second quadrant again. Boop. All right. Pi over 4 is our reference angle, all right, which is 45 degrees. So we put pi over 4 there, or 45, which is 1, so 1 to radical 2. Come on now, it's basically the same thing over here. And we have cotangent. We have the negative there. Okay, so that's going to be 1 over negative 1, sorry, negative 1 over 1, which equals negative 1 is our solution. Awesome sauce. 7 pi over 3, 7 pi over 3. All right, and when we're doing that, okay, so if we go 7 pi over 3, okay, that's going to be 60 degrees. So this right here is going to be pi over 3. This is going to be 2 pi over 3. This is going to be 4 pi over 3. All right, 5 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3. Then we go back over here is 6 pi over 3 and 7 pi over 3. So when we do this one, once again going in the negative direction, goes round 1 whole time. All right. So if we did that right, pi over 3. And so if we have, oops, I think I did it wrong. Sorry about that. When we're talking about 7 pi over 3, well, if we're going the other direction, okay, let's try this one more time. Apologize. All right. 1 full circle is going to give you how many pi over 3? Well, 6 pi over 3, or negative 6 pi over 3, which is equal to negative 2 pi. Okay. Well, if we go one more, all right, pi over 3, that's going to give us 7 pi over 3. So that's going to be in the fourth quadrant. So we went around here, and that is going to give us the negative 7 pi over 3. 7 pi over 3. From here, okay, now we're in the fifth quadrant. We got to figure out our reference angle. Okay, reference angle in this case is pi over 3. Pi over 3 is our reference angle. All right, pi over 3 is actually equivalent to 60 degrees. So we have 60 degrees right here. Well, what's opposite 60? Well, in this case, since it's in the fourth quadrant, negative square root of 3. Then we have a 1 and a 2. We're going cosine, which would be 1/2. 1/2. All right, because it's 1 over 2. 5 pi over 6, pi over 6. Find out the, all right, quadrant. 5 pi over 6 is going to be over here, second quadrant. Reference angle, pi over 6 is our reference angle. Okay, it's always the whatever pi over whatever that number is, and this is how you multiply. So pi over 6 is a reference angle. Pi over 6, if you don't know, okay, is 30 degrees. 30 degrees, and what's opposite 30? Well, in this case, 1, radical 3, and 2, and we have the negative right there. Secant is hypotenuse over adjacent, which we can simplify to 2 square root of 3 over 3, with the negative right there. Bada bing, bada boom, and that's our answers. Okay, so once again, going through and finding using our calculator, make sure you turn everything to tangent or sine, cosine, or tangent first, and then plug in the angle. Make sure you monitor whether it's going to be degrees or radians. From here, 6 trigonometric ratios, find their angles. Make sure you find the quadrant of the angle, find the reference angle of the angle, draw out the triangle with the correct ratios, and then figure out the ratio that's given. Okay, that's how you can do it. You can also memorize many of these different things, but that's after you do a while, you start to memorize them. Okay, well, there you go, and good luck and God bless in the rest of your problems.